An Oahu-born author, addict in recovery, and Sand Island Treatment Center graduate has won Indies Today 2020 Best Book of the Year award for his debut memoir, One Hit Away. The book, coming at a time where opioid overdoses are at an all-time high and treatment opportunities have been severely disrupted because of the pandemic. Joining us this morning with more on his memoir is author Jordan Barnes. Good morning, Jordan.
Morning. How are you?
So great and so happy to have you because this is an important story and you're sharing your story with the world. So what exactly, and I'm sure it's going to help many, but what inspired you to tell your story?
As I approach a decade clean, I have realized that I didn't get here alone, and I knew that from the beginning. And one of the main reasons I decided to publish my memoir and tell my story was not to share my story in particular, but to talk about the people that helped get me from where I was to where I am today. I've had a tremendous support group and it's done me extremely well, and I couldn't be more thankful. And telling that story was equally important because I believe it provides hope to those who love an addict that there is a way out.
And your book, it opens with a very difficult scene. Can you tell us a bit about that and why you chose to start it that way?
Sure. So as I chose that scene in particular, the tragic overdose of a close friend who I woke up next to. I chose that scene to kickstart the book because I believe it really shows the desperation and the lowest of the lows that an addict can be at. And to go from there to make it into a life of recovery shows the great expanse of where we were to where we can be. And I think that others that are suffering in the addiction can relate to that, and they can know that there is a way out, and that if this guy had it and he went through this and they're going through something similar, there is a way out for them as well.
Absolutely. And you've been sober for almost a decade now. Congratulations.
Yeah.
But what would you want to tell someone who's struggling with addiction or someone who loves someone that's struggling with an addiction?
I would say that there is a way out. There are wonderful people in this world that can believe in someone when they don't believe in themselves. I am a graduate of Sand Island Treatment Center. That program saved my life. That program is where I believe my life started because that's where I got clean. And if you are suffering from addiction, there is a way out. There is hope. Anyone can recover, and recovery is wildly beautiful. If you love someone that is in their addiction, I would say to them, don't give up on that person because you don't want to let their addiction push you away. People that love an addict often are the first to get pushed away because they're the biggest threat to the addict's addiction. And so I would say there's a way out. There's wonderful tools. There's wonderful treatment opportunities out there. And there's definitely hope for anyone that wants it.
Definitely. And I have read the book. Your parents were such an integral part in helping this all come together. And there are so many moments in the book that's just chicken skin, like meant to be. Mm-hmm. And I mean, big props, of course, to them. But it just goes to show that where there's a will, there's a way, and it is possible. Yeah. And again, speaking of, big congratulations to you on this incredible award. So what exactly is the Indies Today contest?
So Indies Today is an annual book award contest for independent authors as well as those published through independent presses. It's an international contest, and each year they have hundreds of submissions, and they go through genre by genre, and they pick the winner for each genre, and then from that, they pick the Best Book of the Year award. I'm extremely humbled that my book won Best Book of the Year. It's my first book. It's my first attempt at writing, but I believe it's indicative of a passion I have to tell my story and help others. And I think that really resonates well. And I wrote with what I believe to be pure honesty. And that was extremely important. And I think that people see that for what it is.
And for those who are interested in reading it, again, this is a local boy. He is a first-time published author now. He published himself. Where's your book available? How can we support you?
It's online. You can go on Amazon. There's an audiobook. It's basically anywhere books are sold. Locally, Bookends Kailua has some in stock. I know that the shop in Kaimuki has some on the way. So there's options locally, and I just couldn't be thankful. Those guys have really gotten behind me. I've had a lot of local support, Stolen Stuff Hawaii, my Kailua, people that that really took to it and wanted to help me get the word out. And I would not be here without those people that got behind me. So mahalo to everyone that's been along for this ride. It's been amazing.
Wonderful. And we'll have a link to where you can purchase that book on our website as well at kh12.com. But thank you so much, Jordan, for joining us this morning. And a big congratulations. When you read the book, you'll see just how low of a point in his life he was at. And now he is a first-time dad, just had a baby. He's married to one of my good friends, Chelsea. So thank you so much, Jordan, for joining us. So proud of you and excited for all the great things that are happening in your life.
Mahalo, Kelly. Thank you so much.